Red alert. All hands to battle stations. Shields up!
Red alert, red alert. Red alert, red alert. I don't know if that's working or not. Hey, this is a special Red Alert edition of Audio Umox. I'm Simon Van Gelder, joined by my erstwhile co-host
John Christopher. At the airport.
At the airport. What? Okay, are you trying to pick up chicks again, or what are you doing, man?
You know, being a fly boy that I am, I'm I am hanging out at Airport Lounge, just hanging out. I may do some lounge singing while I'm here, and
see maybe a little Vic Fontaine action.
And then heading over to Asia to do a little business there.
You're going to Asia?
Yes. So Hong Kong, China, a couple cities in China, and then back. So a quick little week tour. But unfortunately and sadly, I don't believe we'll have time to do a podcast. I know. What episode were we planning on discussing?
It's an alien computer program wreaks havoc with the station's systems during a visit from Waxana Troy and other ambassadors on the Forsaken. And John, I just have to say, you don't have to go clear to China just to get away from this episode.
Damn it, Miss Frizzle.
You brought that to my attention, the Miss Frizzle, and I was like, "What?" And I had to really think about it. But I'm looking at her now on screen. My gosh, that's Miss Frizzle.
Yeah. When she has the pink hair, she first comes on. That was my first thought, and then Odo, it was, "Damn it, Yankee Candle," and that was it. So that's pretty much my review of the episode, and we could almost wrap it up there, but I know we'll catch up when I get back in town.
Yeah, so, you're going to be gone for a couple of weeks.
It's 8 days, so as soon as I get back, we can reconnect and hopefully get something over the weekend to our listeners and hopefully my sound quality will improve. I'm actually working off of a headset and a smartphone right now, so you can probably hear quite a bit of background.
Well, not too horrible,
noise.
Actually, you sound good, and the background noise, at least from here. Now, when I get in the editing booth, who knows? But sounds pretty good. It's actually in a way, it sounds like one of those airport background noise. Special effects you can get or an app. Yeah, it's like so. I'm just like, are you really?
Yeah, a little bit of clinking and some buzz. The buzz of people trying not to miss their flights.
Right. Well, I have to tell everyone. There's two things while I got you, and I thought do a little housekeeping here. There's two things I want to bring up. One, I meant to talk about this a while back. So sad to hear. Now you went with me to the. Back in the day in Vegas, they had the Star Trek: The Experience, which was a great,
absolutely.
It's Deep Space Nine fans. If you never went to Star Trek: The Experience, I'm so sorry because it recreated Quark's bar in real life.
Yes, that was at the Hilton next to the convention center.
Correct. And you and I went. I went several times. I have an actual menu from the place. I've got some shooters. I've got all kinds of. I've got even like I've even got some Ferengi. Like the drink stirrers they had with the Ferengi logo on them. Yeah, I mean I've got those. Anyway, I think it was there for about 10 years, and they had actual, they had a couple of rides that were part of it, but the bar was my thing. I just like going to the bar and pretending I was at Quark's bar, and there were actual Ferengis, and there were actual Borg, Vulcans, and Klingons, and sadly. I was saddened to learn that in 2013, the experience closed. 5 or 6 years ago, 7 years ago,
something like that. Well, first they had moved it. They moved it down to downtown to Fremont.
Did they ever open it down there? I thought they never opened it.
I thought maybe they didn't. Yeah. I knew that was the plan, was to move it, and but they and then at the Hilton you could see the shadow. I mean, still there, but just based on the architecture
of the Delta. Yeah,
the architecture in that area, you could see where it used to be. As you walk down the promenade.
Oh man, it's just, and it was kind of right outside where they had kind of a spacey version of a casino that wasn't tied to Star Trek out there. And I remember the restrooms. If you remember the restrooms, you go to the urinal, and the restroom urinal a computer voice would, I think, would break down like the elements of your pee or something, or it made funny remarks like that. It was pretty clever, but we had good times there. Long story short, well, they actually had cosplay actors, professional actors who played, as I said, all kinds of aliens, including a Dahar Master Klingon, and his name was Motog, and he was played by an actor named Tom Deishley, I think it's Deishley, and he was there. Oh, it closed in 2008. Well, Tom played the Dahar Master, so if you know, he was a silver-haired, white-haired Klingon, and he really inhabited the role. I remember having several interactions with him because I went to that place like 6 times. I mean, I really did. I mean, I love that place. I know I'm a complete nerd, but I loved it. I had so much fun there. Drink a warp core breach. Anyway, I remember mixing it up with him a few times, and he always got the better of me. And of course, usually I was probably a little, not myself, too much Tranya. But anyway, Tom Deishley was murdered in 2013, and they found him at his home, dead from a gunshot wound. And they did not know who did it until just recently. They found a woman who apparently was involved in some kind of scheme that swindled him out of most of his retirement funds, and she and some of her cohorts have been arrested for murder. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if she's been convicted or not, but it looks pretty cut and dried there that she did it, and it's just sad. And I want to just pass a audio Umox condolences on to all of the actors and support personnel at Star Trek: The Experience. If you happen to be listening, Tom. I mean, I didn't know him, but everything I read about him, he was a super guy, a great actor. And he brought me much joy, so I just wanted to express that. And I know you were there too. I know you saw him. You were there. I know you saw him.
Sure. Yeah. I probably didn't interact with the same zest, vim, and vigor that you did.
I got so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so excited.
But yeah, it was always fun and certainly tragic that those type of things still happen.
It's heartbreaking, And by the way, Motog, apparently, I read this. The reason he got to pick, you got to pick your own character name. Well, Motog is Go Tom backwards.
Very nice.
Clever.
Very nice.
Rest in peace, Tom.
Yes.
So, I wanted to bring that up. That was one thing. Here's something that not as sad, but doesn't make me happy. Well, listeners to the show know that we're trying to get more iTunes and audio, or Apple Podcasts was what they call it now, Apple Podcast reviews. We've only got 2, and we made a deal with you, long story short, that if by Halloween of this year, 2017, we got 10, a total of 10 3-star or better reviews, John Christopher will share his design for a T-shirt. We'll vote on it, and then we'll start giving away T-shirts on our brand new Facebook page. Well, we have seen some more downloads of the show happening, but we're not seeing any new